Good morning, everybody. It's your boy Magic Montego. Welcome to the Montego News Network. I'm your host, Magic Montego. As you see, I'm wearing my Patriots gear, and that's in honor of a young man today who passed away at the age of 27, Aaron Hernandez. It kind of hits home for me a little bit. I do have a relative, a loved one, who was teammates with Aaron Hernandez for, I think they were teammates for 2 years. They didn't ask him the link, but I do know they were teammates for 2 years. And I spoke to him, and he was just simply rest in peace. But I wanted to do this news story. I put up on my Instagram, rest in peace, Aaron Hernandez. And then someone kind of commented some stuff, and I said, well, let me go ahead and hit the news airwaves about this. Aaron Hernandez, like I said, was only 27 years old. If you're not a sports fan, you probably really don't remember who Aaron Hernandez was. But I've known about this young man since he was at the University of Florida. For those who know Tim Tebow, Aaron Hernandez played with Tim Tebow. So I'm a big sports fan as being a former quarterback myself. I didn't play in the NFL or nothing, but did play college. Let me just read the news story coming out of ESPN.com. Aaron Hernandez was found in his prison cell this morning at 4:05 a.m. Well, I'm sorry, at 3:05 a.m., where he had hanged himself in the Sousa Baranowski Correctional Center. He had jammed the cell door, with some stuff. He jammed the lock, he jammed the sliding doors, so they couldn't get in to kind of rescue him. And when they finally got in there, he was hanging there, tried to get him, took him to the hospital where he's pronounced dead at 4:05 or 4:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Aaron Hernandez was serving a life prison sentence for the murder of Odin. Let me get his name right. I just saw it. Hold on. Odin Lloyd. Now, I want to put in perspective some things real quick that started him spiraling out of control, and there's a point that I'm going to make with this. Aaron Hernandez was born to a Puerto Rican father, and he had an Italian mom. His dad, Mr. Hernandez, was, I think his name was Donald. Hold on. Let me look. I just had his name. Y'all forgive me. This is all. He was born in Bristol, Connecticut to Dennis Hernandez, who's Puerto Rican. And his mom was Terry Valentine Hernandez. Like I said, she was Italian. In 2006, when Darren Hernandez was 16 years old, his father passed away of hernia complications. He had a hernia surgery and complications of the hernia surgery. And that was when he was 16. That was 2006. There's a direct correlation with where I'm going with this. In 2007, at the age of 17, is when Aaron Hernandez's trouble started. You know, he took his father's death really, really hard. So in 2007, he was in the Gainesville bar fight where he refused to pay for his tab. He was underage drinking anyway, and it was April 28th of 2007. 2007, September the 30th of 2007, he was suspecting a double shooting where someone shot into the car of 3 young men down in Gainesville, Florida at a stoplight. In 2012, there was a Boston double homicide that he was suspected of being involved in, which he later was acquitted for that. In 2013, a Miami shooting. A friend of Hernandez was involved in the shooting, and that was September the 3rd of 2012. On June 10th of 2012, he was also involved where his friend was apparently accused of shooting someone. And on May of 2015, he was indicted for these things while he was already in prison. Because in 2013, he was arrested and indicted for the murder of Odin Lloyd. And he was actually convicted of that murder, and which gave him a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Now, Number one, if you know anything about football, if you saw Aaron Hernandez play, even when he was in college at University of Florida, and with the New England Patriots, he was an absolute beast. He was drafted in the 4th round. I remember this too. He was drafted in the 4th round because of his off-field issues. So he slipped to the 4th round. He would have been in the 1st round if he did. And Rob Gronkowski was drafted in the 2nd round of that same draft. So they drafted both of them in the same draft. And they were unstoppable. Like, it was amazing to see this young man play. But when he lost his dad, and a lot of people said this, including my brother. My brother had a talk with him one time. Just after a game somewhere. He had he kind of spiraled into a downward slope. He started hanging out with some gang members. Apparently, I'm not really. I don't want to speculate on that. I don't want to knock nobody or whatever. He was also, doing some of the crazy stuff. Got into some bad stuff, hanging with a bad crowd. He started, experimenting in drugs, smoking a lot of weed. He had already committed to the University of Florida, so he was on his way to college. And then when he got to college, it just kept spiraling out of control. And his dad was like, he was a real big community leader in Bristol, Connecticut, which is where Aaron Hernandez is from. He's from Bristol, Connecticut. And New England, the stadium is literally, if you know anything about Connecticut, I think it's about about $1.30 an hour, about $1.45, hour 30, hour 45 from Bristol. So he's pretty much kind of a hometown kid playing for the Patriots. I say that to say this. When the man lost his dad, his father, he took it really hard. I'm bear witness to this from personal experience because I remember when my father lost his father. He took that really hard. I wasn't, I didn't really realize it, but he did. And even when I lost my dad, I took it hard, but I didn't take it hard to go to that downward spiral. But I say that in respect to fathers. Aaron Hernandez lost his dad, which caused him to behave a certain way, and he didn't get the necessary help that he needed, which probably would have saved his life. While he had got arrested for this murder, he was a father himself. His fiance was pregnant, which now he has a 4-year-old daughter, which he got to see in the courtroom and blew kisses at her and everything. She probably would have never seen her dad outside of a prison wall, but she at least could have went and seen him in prison and knew where he was and had a relationship with him. Now that relationship is gone. So hopefully she'll get the necessary counseling that she needs from her parent and loved ones to make sure that she doesn't go down a downward spiral as well. Fathers are very important people in their lives, Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that because you saw the reaction that he had when he lost his. I saw the reaction that my father had when he lost my grandfather. I remember the reaction I had when I lost my father. I remember the reaction that my nephews had when they lost their father. So fathers are very important in their children's lives. And if there's a man that wants to be a father in his kid's life, let him. You might not even like him. You might not get along with him. But let him, because you don't know. My daddy was my hero when I was a kid. I want to be, you can ask anybody that knows me, I want to be just like my father when I was a kid. And he was like Superman to me. He was like a giant. You know what I mean? I mean, like, seriously. So, and I look at, my children. I have one child that, I really don't have, I don't have, someone is not allowing me to have a relationship with this young man. And I heard that he's really needing his father. If you look at my other, it's like I'm a superhero to my kids. Like it's crazy. Like even my nephews, my kids, I'm like a superhero to them. It's like they love me to death. So his father could have guided him out of that lifestyle that he fell into. And I'll say this. We're in this whole live fast, die young thing. Well, to all you people watching this, I want you to get this lesson out of other lessons too, but I want you to really get this lesson. Aaron Hernandez lived fast and he died young. You know what I'm saying? He lived fast and he died young. So this could have been anybody. This could have been any one of us. I mean, on the day that the New England Patriots are scheduled to visit the White House, maybe that got to him. Maybe, after being acquitted for the one double murder, but he was still convicted on this one murder and was appealing that sentence. Maybe they won another Super Bowl without him. He realized that they were going to the White House without him. He also realized that right when he got convicted of the murder, right when he got charged with the murder, indicted, he had just signed a $40 million contract. Bought a brand new sick crib. Had just got engaged. Gorgeous woman. She was pregnant with their first child. Life was just the American dream for Aaron Hernandez, a Puerto Rican Italian, whose parents were immigrants. And then this happened by just associating with the wrong people. And these were people that Aaron had known for years. Right after his father died, he started hanging with these folks. So I say that to say this, people. Choose your surroundings wisely. I mean, this is for the young people. It's for older people as well. We've been on Earth for years, and we act like we just lost all sense of what we came up knowing. B, live every day and strive to be better today than you were yesterday, and know that you'll be better tomorrow than you were today. And 3, I do this, and my girl will tell you I do this. Any woman I've dated will tell you that I do this. I take one day out of the week, and I call all my boys. I take one day. I call all my homies. I don't turn the TV on or nothing. Even with my girl, we take one day and we just talk. It's not really one day. Us, we have about 3 or 4 days. We just talk, no TV, no nothing. We just talk. And we talk about her dreams, her goals, her aspirations. I do the same about mine, and we let each other know, that we support and everything else. But I take one day to talk to my homies, just to be like, man, I ain't want nothing, man. I just wanted to holler at you, my dude. I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost friends to, gun violence. I lost friends to accidents. I've lost friends that I had a teammate in high school. Did the same thing. He hung himself out of strict pressure. I had another friend that I caught he was in the shower trying to hang himself, and then he had thrown his radio in the water trying to, if the hanging didn't work, the electrocution, I tackled him, I pulled him out, shot the shit out of myself, but my friend lived because of that. So I understand, we've all been there, people. We've all felt like we didn't want to go on, whether peer pressure, whether a relationship, whatever. Situations in life, we've all felt that way. What I'm saying is, to you people on this, and please listen to me for this. Tell somebody that they mean something to you. You ain't got to be all mushy, yo, I love you, man. You don't have to do that. But let them know, man, yo, you my dude, I got you, man. I got mad love for you. You my people. Or whatever they need to, because somebody need to hear that. And I do that every week. Next thing, my boys, they be like, man, here you go, man. I'm like, nah, I just want to let you know. I'd rather let you know and celebrate you now than get a shirt with a rest in peace on it celebrating you when you're dead. And you can't hear me say, yo, you my people. You can't hear me say, I support you. I support your dream like it's my dream. You can't hear me say that. So I wear this New England Patriots gear out of respect for Aaron Hernandez. So yes, people, he was a murderer. You were a person who stole something from a store. You were a person who had sex before you were married. You were a person who committed all kind of damn crimes. You got speeding tickets. You probably beat up a damn girl or a guy. Or you did something in your damn life. if there's a person out there, who has never in their life committed a crime, never. If you've never in your life done anything wrong, raise your hand if you have never committed a crime. If I could put my hands up under the floor, I would. We're all human. We all be there. Catholic priests have done stuff wrong. God made a mistake one time. He might not have made a lot, but he made one. So just because this man was a murderer doesn't mean that, people don't grieve for him that he was a son. He was a father. He was a brother. He was a cousin. He was a fiance. He was a teammate, of different teams. I mean, he played for the Florida Gators and then he got drafted by the New England Patriots. So Florida Gator Nation right now is grieving. And Patriots Nation right now is grieving. So, and he also had fans who loved him. I say that to say this, man. Take care of each other. Take care of each other. Take one day. I'm serious. Take one day to hit your people. Whether it be your boys, your homegirls, your relatives, parents, grandparents, just friends, whoever. There ain't one now, man. Just one out. Check on you. Make sure you're good. And I do that every week, and I'm proud to say I do that. So, that being said, rest in peace, Aaron Hernandez. 27 was such a young age to pass. You're a victim of live fast and die young. So, young people, these are the results of living fast and dying young. It will come back to haunt you. I'm Magic Montego. Y'all take care. In the words of the great former mayor of Cincinnati and current reality TV star Jerry Springer. Y'all take care of yourselves, man. Take care of each other. I'm out. Rest in peace, Aaron Hernandez.